Hey everybody, it's Rob from Flailthroughs. This is Gundam Battle Operation 2, and this is a request from Brigadier Darman who wanted the Gundam Ez8 in prototype Gundam colors. And I think that came out pretty well. It wears them well, I think. The color layout was pretty conducive to it. A little more red on the chest than the proto would have, but I think it looks good, so I'll go with that. I tried to replicate the off-white that the Proto Gundam uses in most of its illustrations, so I think I pulled it off. It's the Proto Gundam's white since it was designed for, since it was only shown as an MSV and never shown on, in the series, is a little bit more of a blue, or a little bit less of a blue white than the special, white that they created for the Gundam show, so it would show up well on space backgrounds. Okay, landed a beam rifle shot on the EZ8. I have to admit, it's been forever since I used that beam rifle, just because I've had a hard time with it the last few times, but I guess I was just in a good place today, because this is when I got yesterday's request as well, but just beam rifle did very well for me. And, bonus points to that gym raid for tackling, because I managed not to knock it over with my downswing, so that's good. But yeah, it's like I said, rifle did fairly well. I feel like it could do more damage, especially since basically the Gelgoog is available at the same prices that the ground type rifle is for the most part. Ground type rifle does start lower, but now that you can't find a 250 or lower Q to save your life, it doesn't really matter, does it? But that said, EZ8 of course has has shield tackle, I believe, and it is both geared more towards, and I have built it more towards melee power, so that's fine. And I am dead as heck. Yeah. Okay, no, I've lived long enough to get it. No, didn't land that shot. Yeah, I am just having, yeah. I was definitely flailing there, because I knew I was going to get hit one more time and drop, and I was just waiting to see where it came from and trying to do something useful before I did. Didn't work out, but apparently a Jim White Dingo got me. I hope it squandered its troll gun shot on me if it's using the troll gun, which it probably is. But you know, it could have been a grenade or some Vulcan shots just as easily. I need to run the troll gun more. I don't know that I've run it more than like once or twice since they overhauled it most recently. Let's see. Yeah, we're doing pretty well so far. We've got a decent initial lead. And somebody else got that before I did. I am doing a really good job of shooting, like, in the correct place, but a half second too late. Here is a rare example of at this part of the round, of the shots going where they need to go, into that ag. And I am extremely lucky that the entire enemy team decided to focus on those two people there and is really just pretending I don't exist. Because that, of course, brings opportunity. Like that. Gonna try and get the, yeah, don't have time to get the last little bit of damage, but it's doing fairly well, so. And, the chest machine guns do function while you're boosting, so I was able to manage that. Caught that Zaku in a tackle. I think, I'm not sure if it's the Dozel or the Zaku FS. I think probably the FS, because that part they just introduced in the Hazel Alsla Gigantic Arms Unit gotcha. It gives you more power if your mobile suit's weapons and weapon levels and mobile suit levels match. So, high levels of the Zaku FS really probably good for that. Of course, this is only 350, so you're not going to get the maximum out of it, assuming that the boost increases by a level, and it's not just like, oh, you get the same amount whether it's whether it's a level 1 with a level 1 or a level 6 with a level 6, I don't know that because I did not get it. Like to. I will renew my request for, to ask Bandai Namco to consider making special parts more available sooner, because yeah, we could use that. It's not enough to completely unbalance the game and make it pay to win, but man, it would be nice to have the have more access to that for free to play players, because it does sometimes feel like they're a little bit less dedicated to making everything available to free players eventually, the way they said they were at the beginning of the game. But that was also like 2 development team directors ago, so yeah, no way to tell. But let's see, we've got a good lead, and we're relatively well coordinated. There's only 2 of us here out of the 3 that are alive, so. Oh yeah, and there's that Efreet knocked. That is a thing. That is a definite thing. Oh well, lead maintained, and we will see where we go from here. Okay, it's an S-type Zaku. There you go. That's not a bad. That's not a bad suit. I haven't played it in forever, but yeah. I would like to. It could probably use some buffs as well, but we also need a specific Char Zaku, which is. It's kind of weird that we have almost every single other Char suit in a version specific to him, but not the Zaku, which is kind of his trademark. Watch that continue, and we get the G-Quack Char Zaku before we get the original. That would be funny. That said, I do, I kind of like the G-Quack Zaku design. It's really kind of interesting to look at the aesthetics of the designs, because they kept one of the original things, one of the original aspects of Federation mobile suit design, which is that Federation mobile suits tend to be much slimmer and more streamlined than Xeon mobile suits. What they added for G-Quacks is that Xeon has a thing for visible external propellant tanks. Like the Zaku has weird lumpy legs because it has, 2 propellant tanks built directly into the frame on each side. And even with the Gelgug, which is, of course, the, G-Quack's equivalent of the gym when you get down to it, that can, and the G-Quack itself, that continues. You can see, propellant tanks all over the suits built directly into the frame. And they're much more obvious on the Gelgug, I think, than the Quacks, but yeah, it is there for sure. Meanwhile, everything we see of the Federation is, yeah, much more streamlined. Whatever propellant tanks they may have are much more integrated. And I like that there are still visually distinct design philosophies between the mobile suits, even with the the G-Quacks and Gelgug starting to show some of that Zeta Gundam hybridization of mobile suit designs. Like, you can see and I was really happy with that tackle working out. But just like how in Zeta Gundam you can see the influences of both Xeon and Federation mobile suit design on things like Hyzak. That a lot of thought goes into mecha designs, even ones that you may not like. Were not done casually. So I do appreciate the craftsmanship. And yeah, that round went fairly well, I think. I did not make the board because our Agu guy was really putting in work. But I did pretty well. 8 and 3, 85,000. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I hope you enjoyed the round, Darman. And that is going to do it for today's Gundam Battle Operation 2. We'll be back soon with more. Till next time, everybody take care and have fun. Later. Meanwhile, I'm just waiting for Xavier's Gan Hakuji packs and the light-type gun cannon to get in stock somewhere I can get them, because, again, just I like the G-Quack's designs, and I would love to, I'm gonna get a hold of what I can. I really would like to see them make a model of the Kikaroga. I know it's kind of big, but if you look at the original, if you look at the specs, it is actually significantly smaller than the Brabro, and to be honest, I think that was done entirely so it would be easier to make a model of at some point if they decide to. So, fingers crossed they decide to.